and gentlemen, welcome back again at Sea Perspective Show. And today's guest is Mala Dorasamy.
Good day, Prof. Murray. It's an absolute honor to be on your show. Thank you for the opportunity.
Our truly pleasure to have you on the show. And let me introduce you, Mala. Mala Dorasamy. She's a result-driven professional with an extensive strategic and senior managerial experience in convention exhibition center venue management. Also nominated as the top 40 women in MICE in Africa for 2015 and awarded the South African Association of Conference Industry Fellowship Award. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you for that introduction. I think it's been a great and interesting journey thus far. And, I think mentioning the awards, it's an annual awards, and there's many people who've contributed, and I'm grateful to have had that opportunity to be a part of this journey.
Congratulations once more. Mala, we want to know you a little bit better. So, what is your vision and what are your values in life?
My vision is to be the change I want to see in the world. Yes, it's a big vision, but I believe if I can impact one life, one being, one day at a time, then I would have achieved my purpose. I think that's an important part, to make sure that every day you are doing something impactful. In terms of my values, I'm truly grateful to my parents who played such an integral role in ensuring that my value system was built from a child, and it's who I am today. I think if I have to start with, one of the key values was integrity, doing the right thing and making sure that I could live with it. Peace and non-violence, very part of my existence. Forgiveness, the important part is forgive but never forget the lesson that you have learnt. Kindness and generosity, it's something my dad and my mom have kept that a part of their everyday life, but something that I've ensured I've kept on this journey and ensure that I keep this a part of what I do on a daily basis. So those are some of the key values. There's many things that you do that really build who you are. But these are just some of the few that I'd like to mention.
I really admire you, Mala, and you talk about, and it seems that your parents, they really did a good job with you in the way they educate you, generosity, kindness, integrity, which is a big word, especially when it comes to business. Integrity, sometimes we get into compromise, but integrity, if you stick to it, I believe is a very important value in life and in business. And something that really touched my heart was when you said, if I'm able to support and facilitate even one person, that's one of your values and missions in life. So sometimes, maybe it's our ego that speaks. We think about how I'm going to change 1,000 people's life, If we actually, as you say, we're able to change one person, support or facilitate, that's already more than enough.
Absolutely. I think it's so important. I think sometimes you cannot achieve it by trying to do it to everybody, but it's making sure that you keep this a part of a very small challenge. It's small steps, one person per day, one being per day.
Fantastic. And now tell us, which is the project you're most proud of while working here in MITEC?
I think there's lots of proud moments. I think just coming from South Africa to Malaysia was a great opportunity, but the proudest moment was being able to open the largest center in Malaysia. MITEC is a great and dynamic venue, but being a part of that opening team to set up the standards, set up the operational practices that will really take MITEC forward to being one of the largest and greatest centers was really a super proud moment. The other one I would say was a proud moment was in 2021 during the pandemic, is running MITEC as a vaccination center for senior citizens. We had one of the largest centers handling 13,500 people per day. And we have a truly dynamic and an incredible team that was able to ensure we were able to show kindness, to be able to show 5-star standards in making sure that every person that had to go through a traumatic experience during the COVID-19 period was able to seamlessly come through to MITEC and be vaccinated, and that we contributed towards the impact that this was going to have on the country and making sure that people were safely vaccinated. And post-COVID, I would say, 2 years of being in lockdown, reopening the center with a really small, dynamic team and making sure that MITEC could move forward and really open up the MICE industry, being the meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibition industry, and successfully host events and rebuild a team is something I'm truly proud of. And I think to prove this, last year MITEC won the World MICE Awards for the leading convention center. So something as a team and Malaysia can be truly proud of.
Congratulations, not only for the achievement of the award, but even for the service that you gave to the community while during the pandemic to convert this in a vaccination center. Really, congratulations for that. Now, Mala, this is an interesting question for me. What does it mean for you success? And each of us give a different meaning to success. And what are you willing to sacrifice to be successful?
Interesting question. For me, success would mean looking at the lives I'm able to impact on a daily basis, starting with my family. How do I impact their lives? What meaning do I give to their lives? The people I work with, the society, the environment, that's how I would measure success. What impact am I giving? And if the impact I give could be a part of my legacy, then I would consider that being successful. When you look at what am I able to sacrifice, most importantly is my time. My time and effort to make sure that each and every life I touch, each and everything I do it with purpose, and that I'm able to sacrifice my time to do that, then I think I would have achieved my goals. But I think it's not just about the sacrifices I make, but the sacrifices of those who support me personally and professionally. My husband has given up his job to be with me in KL to make sure I could be successful. My parents have given up the time of being with their daughter to make sure that I could move to KL and ensure the success of my children. And if I look at the long hours I spend at MITEC doing the job I love, my children sacrifice their time. I would say the time I spend with my family is being very present and being there, but they also sacrifice the time that I could make sure that I'm successful, but also do the things that I love doing and ensure that Malaysia and MITEC can benefit from the time.
I really love and I can perceive the passion and the drive that you have. And what I really like as well, I don't feel it's not egoistic driven, but is for the way to create value for the community. And a community means even your family is a kind of community, and then your colleagues and MITEC as well. I always think, when people become very successful, how do they manage the ego? And when I think about you, being a CEO of MITEC, and having quite an important exposure to the media, and dealing with ministers and representatives of the government, being part of the top C-level managers in this region, how do you personally manage the ego when it arises?
I think the important thing to remember is everything in life is temporary. And as high as you go, nothing is achieved on your own. We are only as strong as the team that supports us. And I think there's a very important term that comes from Africa that reminds me to be grounded, and that's Ubuntu. I am because of the people who are around me, because of the people who've supported me, and those who've come before me. So I think that's a great reminder when you get to higher levels, is to remind you to stay grounded and remember that your success is based on all those who support you.
Ubuntu, don't forget this word. This is pure wisdom. Thank you for sharing. I want to dig more and I want to learn more about this Ubuntu. This is pure wisdom.